Greetings and welcome back. In this demo, I want to show you how you can add sound to your animation for your final. You're going to come across this window when you first log into After Effects, and you can click on New Project, or behind it, this is the window you want to get to. So if I click on New Project, you're going to see this window here, and then you want to click New Composition. Up here you can name it. I'm just going to call this Sound Demo. Down here is your preset sizes for your video. I'm just going to use 720 like I normally do at 29.97 frames a second. And down here, your duration, mine's about 5 seconds, so I'm going to leave it at 6 seconds here. The default's probably going to say 30 down here. You can change duration down here to however many seconds your animation is, or you can add a little to the end too. I added an extra second. So then you click OK, and there's your monitor window. This is your timeline down here with your scrub key. Okay, and notice they're total all the way across. It's showing me frames here. So by the time I get to 60 frames, or no, more than that. By the time I get to the end here, it's 6 seconds. Okay, at 29 frames, well, 30 times 6, that's more like 180 frames, right? Okay, so up here is where you're going to store or import and store your raw, untouched video files. And down here is your layer stack here in the lower left. Okay, so first thing you want to do is get a file in here. I'm going to bring a video in. So File, Import, and then grab File, or you can grab multiple files if you want. Let's see if we can grab 2 files here. And I have 2 videos here. I have a spaceship from a camera angle and a spaceship from a director's view from Bryce. So I'm going to import both of those. Okay, click Done, and there they are. So I'm just going to grab one of these now. This is the director's view, or I have the camera view. And we'll bring that one down here. Just drag it down to the bottom here. And you can see your layer here. And then here's the video. And notice the video only goes to about 5 seconds. It's a 5-second long video. So we have an extra second in there. Okay. And then over here, we should be able to see our preview window. So let's see if we can find that. Let's see, if preset audio, we've got audio window there. Let's see what else we have over here. Well, let's see, if we can't find the transport, maybe it's over here. Should show up as preview. There it is. So it's under window. If you can't find it over here, go to window, choose preview. Okay, and then there it shows up. This is your transport controls here. If I hit play, you can see the video now is playing. And again, I found that under window up top. Window, and I checked preview. You want this so you can play the video and watch it in real time. Spacebar here is your shortcut. You can define different shortcuts there. So now that we have the spaceship coming through, if I scrub through here on the timeline, you can see the spaceship right there. And it comes in right at the very end there. You can see it's a really badly modeled spaceship, but you get the idea. Now I want to add a sound, so something science fiction-y. So I'm going to bring in a sound effect. So I'm going to go up to File, Import, again, File. And I'm going to find one. Here's a spaceship landing sound. I'm going to grab that, click Import. And there's my MP3. I'm going to drag that down to the bottom of the screen. And you can see here that it's much longer than the video. And that's okay. I can actually have it fade out right here. In fact, we can just do a fade out at the end. So now let's play it and watch it together with the sound effects. So again, here's my preview window. I'm going to click play. Okay, and you can hear the sound effect in there, kind of loud and obnoxious. We turn that down. And then let's say, oh, you know what? I like that, but I want to also blend it with another sound effect. No problem. You can keep stacking your layers right here. So let's go into File, Import, another file, and let's find the other one. The other one was Creepy Space Music here that I downloaded this from a site with free MP3s. So I'm going to grab this one down here, and now we have two audio clips blending together. And so when I play it, you're going to hear the two sounds together. Well, they're both kind of hard to hear, right? So what we could do is maybe let's bring down this one. So we're going to go to the second layer here that's an MP3. And we're going to click the little arrow on the left there just before the speaker. Click that arrow to open up our audio controls. And then click the arrow where it says Audio. And here you can see we have audio levels at 0 already. We're at unity gain there. No problem though. We can bring that down if we want. So let's bring that down to -20, let's say. And now when I play it, this audio clip won't be as loud. So let's go ahead and play it now. Okay, so now you can hear this clip down here a little bit more. So let's bring this back up, actually. Okay, so we're going to bring this back up to about -9 decibels. Okay, and let's hear that. So there, it's a little better balanced. Okay, and let's bring this one down underneath it too a little bit. Maybe they're both a little bit too loud. So again, you click the little arrow here, and then click the audio arrow. Make sure your scrub key's at 0. And just go ahead and bring this down. We'll start this one at -6, let's say. And play. Okay, something like that. Okay, so then the last thing you might want to do is, when it goes out here, is start doing our fade out there. Okay. So here I click this little stopwatch here inside the audio, and what that does is it keyframes that level right there. It's going to leave it at that level right there. Then I'm going to bring my scrub key all the way over to about here, and I'm not going to click the stopwatch again because that'll turn off the keyframes. But what I can do is just wiggle this, so where it says -6 on the decibels, bring that down to -10 or 11, then just bring it back up to 6. And there, see, notice there it gave me another keyframe. So from here to here, from the beginning all the way over to 5 seconds there, that sound is going to stay at -6. But when I scrub my key over to the very end at 6 seconds, I'm going to slide this down all the way to where you can't even hear it. And that would probably be about -30 or so. Something like that, okay? And I'll do the same with the other one. So let me go over here to this audio. Go back to the beginning of my timeline. Here I can just go up to the rewind here. Same thing, this one's at -9, so I'm going to click the little stopwatch here under the word audio, and that creates a blue keyframe there. Drag this all the way over to the other keyframe on the other audio track right there. And just again, toggle this back to -9. And there you've created another keyframe. And then by the time it gets to 6 seconds, it'll be down to -30 or so. We might have to adjust those a little more. But now we've created a fade out right here too, okay? So now let's listen to it and see if it does the proper fade out. Perfect. So it does a nice fade there at the very end. And that's going to do it. Okay, so another thing I can do too I wanted to show you is in Bryce you can save out the same animation from, different points of view. This one's the director's view. Now I can also bring a video in that I saved from the camera's point of view. So again, I'm going to go to File and Import. File. Now I'm going to find the, here's the camera view, video clip. Okay. So now I have two views. I have the director's view and the camera view. So I'm going to bring that one down here. And I'm going to put the camera view, I'm going to move it all the way to the top layer. Now you can see a completely different view of the same video. Okay, and we'll line them up there. Okay, now when you play it, this is a completely different point of view. Okay. And let's say you want to blend these different views. So maybe what I'll do is I can go onto this layer and there's a little eyeball on the very, very left of the screen. I can turn that off and see where this one's beginning. And maybe I want to start with this one. And about 20 frames in, then I'll split it right here. Control-Shift-D, I believe. Or, yeah, Control-Shift-D. Split it there. And then take this and maybe split it here again. Control-Shift-D. And then notice here it's making new layers. But I want to I'm just going to turn this one off. Or I can even delete it if I want. So I can just take this video clip right here, hit delete, and the layer is still there, but notice the video is gone. So we're starting with the camera view. Then we switch to that view. Then we go back to the camera view. Maybe we don't want to be at the camera view till about right there, or yeah, till about right there. Okay, and we can finish with the camera view about right there. So again, I'm going to go up here and split it again. Edit, split layer, or Control-Shift-D. Okay. And then we'll come back with that view. So I'm going to take this clip and delete it. And so now this is what we have. We're going to see some camera views changing here. Perfect. Okay, so that's kind of how you can add sound to your movies or movie, and that you can also save out the same video clip of your animation, but from different views, and do some nice cuts and give it like a cinematic effect. Okay, so once you have your video cut the way you want, and your sound effects the way you want, the next thing you want to do is save out or render out your video. Okay, so basically we're going to render this thing out, and if you go up to composition on the top of the screen in After Effects, go to composition, you're going to add to render queue under composition. So add to render queue, you're going to see this window here. We're going to go to a couple of different things. We're just going to click on where it says output module. Where it says lossless, you want to click lossless. And here we're going to save it out as an AVI. And we are also going to see if we can compress it here a little bit. Let's go to format options and see if we have any codecs here we can use. So if you go to format options where it says video codec, let's just try, since I was doing DVNTSC or so, I'll just use that. Let's see what DVNTSC does. Basic video quality, it doesn't look like I get to change anything on that. Kind of surprised that we don't have access to those settings. So let's just try DVNTSC here. We're not going to worry about any of these, obviously, I guess. And also, let's make sure audio is checked here. Basic audio settings. We'll leave off interleaved. Audio codec says uncompressed. So I guess we're not going to compress any of the audio either. So click OK. All right. Oh, here we go. Here's audio output right here. You can change this here, 16-bit 48. I'll just bring that down to 44.1. basic CD quality. So these are your format options here, I guess. Click OK. So that no longer says lossless down here. It says custom AVI. And output to is where you want to save your movie. So you're going to click on where it says not yet specified. Click there. And again, I'm just going to call this sound demo final. In your case, you would call it 14 - your last name, for your final, right? If you're saving it out and you're done. And we'll just save it onto the desktop and see what we get. Okay, so click save, and then you have to click the render button also over on the very right of your, on the bottom of the screen here. Click render, and notice there it's rendering out. Okay, and once you hear that, it means you're done. So we should be able to see the final here, somewhere on the desktop. Yeah, let's see here. So, I don't see it here. Maybe it's saved in here. Oh, there it is, 14 Acker. I totally missed it. All right, so you can click on it now. And there it is. You can see it's compressed a little bit more, but at least it's done.